G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a Junkie's black powder rifle with bullets exploding for area damage as a secondary legendary effect. Not a terrible setup on a black powder rifle. Obviously, you can get a lot of damage out of the Junkie's prefix, and the way that it kind of works is it just kind of raises everything, even grenades in your inventory, even throwing knives will do more damage if you've equipped a Junkie's weapon and are suffering from up to 5 addictions, which I believe gives you plus 50% damage. So that'd be interesting. That'll actually boost the explosive damage, which normally is 25% of your base damage, to possibly even more. If it stacks to 75%, it won't, but theoretically, if it did, we could probably one-shot mobs, and this might be an option for a crowd-controlling black powder rifle, but we're probably getting our hopes up a little too high. We've also got the Pioneer Scout paint on it, which is odd. Like, seriously, are they actually handing out antique firearms to the Scouts? Jesus, the gun problem in America got worse in the Fallout universe, apparently. But yeah, it's there. It gives you a nice wooden finish. Honestly, I kind of like the regular thing better, but to go with the Scout weapon thing, I've actually chucked on a Scout outfit, which I once said that Winter wouldn't be caught dead wearing, but she's going to eat those words. We've got 216 damage with this, and our perk setup is kind of modified, and I'm actually using ground pounder on this. Despite it saying automatic rifles reload 30% faster and yada yada yada, it works for semi-auto rifles too, which is strange. I think that happens in Nuclear Winter too, because my my hip-fire accuracy on a lever gun is pretty much pinpoint. It's very good, but we'll just go ahead and not chuck on commando perks because it is not an automatic weapon. I'll try to remember to demonstrate the extra reload speed because it's quite interesting. I think it's a bug. They would have just messed up some keywords here and there. Obviously, God, this fucking perk setup is annoying. I've got 3 in Gunsmith, not going in Nerd Rage Threshold. Going to make this thing last a little bit longer because they are flimsy. The old guns tend to break on you, which makes sense because I guess all of the leftover powder that doesn't get burnt up by the cap going off will just gum up the barrel or something. That's what someone said. We've got Serendipity there if we drop a little bit too much health, and Bloody Mess will boost our damage even more. And we're getting 437 out of this without any addictions, so let's go ahead and chuck some addictions on and see what we can do. And I won't cut this out because I'm going to show you how to get them. It's usually about 5 of these chems, and this is a huge waste. Maybe I'll skip the Calmex. I'll go the Daddio. There we go. Fury, why not, eh? Mentats, I've got regular Mentats here. They're a lot more expendable. There we go. And that was number 4. And we get addicted to morphine. There we go. We've got 5 out of 5. And perception -2 there. And damage resist plus. Okay, I've still got the effects of that. That's going to be a little bit of a problem. And to alleviate that a little bit, I've got unyielding armor. I'll probably just gate my health at maybe half. So we'll get not only the benefits of the unyielding armor boosting our damage, but you know, we can actually break even on the special that we've lost. And yeah, 656 damage. That's interesting. Pretty damn good. See, Winter's wearing a Pioneer Scout dress, and oh my god, it looks horrible. I'm so sorry, but yeah, if you are running a Junkies build and just want to get rid of your addictions, you can just go over to the penitentiary. There's like an interrogation room or something, and you'll find that there's just Addictol. It's just sitting around. You can take it, and it'll spawn once a day, you know, according to Fallout 76 rules. Okay, health is gated at around 50% now, and it leaves our specials looking a little bit better. You'll notice the perception is somewhat better now, and the strength, that's not really that great. I've lost a lot from my chem addictions, have I? Yes, a little bit. That's a shame, but now we're doing with all of that 833 damage, so that adrenal reaction really boosted this thing for the worse. And you need 700 hit points to kill, or damage to kill a super mutant in one shot, so, you know, the success criteria of these weapons being able to one-shot everything looks pretty good so far, at least for super mutants, so let's get started, shall we? Okay, we've seen the armor pieces already, but here are my mutations. And that's kind of all we need to know. Let's get started on these super mutants. Now, I've noticed when firing this weapon, it does kick a lot of, I guess, excess gunpowder burn off in your face, which would probably leave you, like, being accused of racism because your face would be, you know, covered in soot, make you look like you're doing blackface or something, but That's okay. That doesn't happen. Winter's face is still as clean as it was when the video started. Alright, so I'm noticing a very high damage here. We're somehow managing to sneak all the way through this. I did spec 3 into sneak just because why not, and it seems to be paying off, but obviously staying out of line of sight is probably a good way to not get hidden and not get shot. Alright, we are in danger now, and we're going to get staggered, which means we have to start this reload again. And I didn't show off the ground pounder thing, did I? So I'll try to remember to do that, but we managed to kill 2 with 1 shot there. Granted, the doggo is a lot weaker. Never mind that thing, that's just Satan trying to grab something, and apparently I'm sad. That would be the withdrawals from Med-X kicking in, actually. So that probably would have affected my health a little bit. So even without the extra sneak damage, you're almost hitting for 1k with the bullets alone. You get an extra couple of hundred, by it looks like, from the explosions, which at 231 I'm actually pretty impressed with. That's actually doing pretty good. And we're hitting for 1200 now. And we're kind of at Nerd Rage threshold right now. If I actually activated that, we might be hitting for about, I don't know, let's say 1400, something around there. But we'll keep on going. We'll see what we can do. Get some longer range shots, which probably wouldn't be accurate enough in real life to actually do that because, I mean, we're firing not the most aerodynamic projectile, and the fact that it flies out of a smoothbore barrel probably doesn't help. And you can look down the barrel in the preview transform, it's not rifled at all. But if they would rifle it, I believe the way the bullets projectiles work, it would increase the accuracy because it rotates through the air. That's kind of interesting. I like how they figured that would be a good idea one day when they were designing their weapons. I guess that's where rifled comes from. You rifle the barrel and makes it a rifle. I don't know, weapon classifications is a topic that confuses me a great deal. It's not something that I fully understand. And just to demonstrate the difference between the power of my grenades, 540, yep, that's pretty decent. Now it's up to 810, so, you know, I'm not talking smack when I say this thing, at least the Junkie's legendary effect just doesn't raise your entire damage levels by 50%, but obviously not 50% there, but still, it's a huge boost, and it dropped down because adrenaline wore off. Anyways, I'm not going to go inside there because it's stupid. We'll go to Huntersville instead. You know, if that stupid damage cap that Bethesda enforced in PvP wasn't around, this would be an extremely potent weapon because even when you're sidestepping even, like, I don't know, heaps of the damage from their assassin's pieces, it could be up to 75, I believe, with all of the things. Maybe you get lucky and you manage to proc the thing where it doesn't actually hit any. You could definitely one-shot people with this very, very easily, but yeah, since there's a damage cap, high damage, low rate of fire weapons are basically a death sentence if you want to use them in PvP. Especially when there's people running around with Teslas, which I think are pretty dumb, and also explosive energy guns that are unobtainable today. Just a friendly reminder, don't fucking buy anything with real money. If someone asks you to buy their shit with real money, tell them to go fuck themselves. Trade in-game items only, and if they refuse, just don't ever talk to them again. So at least we've got serendipity going for us. We're basically playing this like a bloodied weapon. If I get into real trouble, I could probably just pop a Stimpack, but I'm sort of keeping my distance now, and unfortunately sprinting at the last second of the reload, even though I was pushing the ammunition down the barrel there, I wasn't actually able to finish that reload where it was. If they did some sort of staged reload system like they did in Battlefield 4, that would be pretty good. Hang on, there's someone in the server. I saw him in area chat. No. I'm recording, but I would like a revive, please.
Oh, okay. I'm coming. Hopefully I don't die. Alright, hold on, I'm coming. Oh, got you.
Thanks, bro.
Alright, I won't shoot him, don't worry.
Okay, we now have a distraction, which is useful.
I'll leave. Oh, finally got to make it, Captain.
Okay, so this is where it fucking sucks, especially when you miss shots. That's no good. Let's just hope Escape Artist can pull us out of this. There we go. Can always rely on friends to do you well. If you had an entire squad using black powder rifles, not only would that be awesome, I think he's hot marking, which is annoying. But yeah, you'd increase your combat effectiveness by quite a lot. I can't believe I'm managing to stealth here. That's interesting. This is like chameleon levels of sneakiness, although I think the extra agility would help as well. But yeah, as you can tell, when we get faced with multiple enemies, which is definitely possible unless you're using stealth with a weapon like this, and there we go again. Can't start the sprint, otherwise I'll interrupt the reload. Then we're in trouble, you see. But if we can control it, slow it down, do all that, we might get away with using this thing. But at the end of the day, this is just kind of a novelty weapon that just hits for a decent amount of damage. I'm not going to call the damage bad, but you know, the DPS really leaves something to be desired since that reload. Now, it'd be awesome if Bethesda made any weapon in the game, not the ones that are just confined to the one shot with the one shot and then the reload. If they made that compatible with quick hands, so you get a 1 in 6 chance to immediately refill your bullet. Now that would be incredibly potent, because possibly you could chain up to 2 or 3 of those bad boys, and that would be kind of sick, just to pull more out of your ass. And why not, eh? We've already got quad double barrels in the game that, you know, can fire 8 when they should only be loaded with 2, so it's not too much of a stretch. And you could do the same thing with Fat Mans too. I really think that actually make that perk more used, because I don't know why I didn't do any damage to that particular super mutant. There we go. Alright, we're done here. So yeah, think of that as like my replacement for the inside of West Tech when I've got a weapon as slow as this, because I probably would have died. Probably twice as much as I died in here at West Tech. I'm going to catch up with old mate there. I've noted how lame bash damage is, but I wonder if having the junkies in full effect boosts that. Not really.
So, are you really the guy who does all those showcases on YouTube? Like the quad explosive double barrel and the anti-armor swing speed pull for the most recent ones?
Yep, that's me. And as to give you a little thank you for reviving me, I have a gift for you. I mean, it's not all that much, but you can make better use of these than me. I'll only just sell them if they want to drop.
Oh, well, thank you. Thanks, Captain.
Okay, time to test crowd control effectiveness. Now with everything bolstering my damage, fuck you, Rad Roach, I'm gonna bash you to death. Everything boosting this thing explosive damage, like its high base damage and the aforementioned Junkie's buff. Let's see how we do. I'll try to get them all rounded up. Excuse me. Oh god, I've made a mistake here. Okay, those ghouls weren't paying attention though. Okay, never mind. Okay, that wasn't a leg grip. I probably could have gotten away with that, but that's okay. We're at full health again. We've got a little bit of a reset here as these ghouls are running in. Okay, that was 1 kill there. We'll keep on going. Oi, where are you going? Wait. Alright, they've found something else to attack. Oh, they're attacking a bear. Good luck. The bear will fucking kill all of these. This is a weapon showcase on a bear. Let him go! Oh my god, he's gonna kill them faster than I possibly could. Fuck it, I'm watching this. Oh, it's tempting. It's really tempting to take this shot. I really doubt you could get me from there. Oh, they've finally taken it out. Poor bear. He did well. You gotta admit the bear did well. Okay, let's just get them all gathered around, shall we? Got our arm crippled once more, which is not ideal, and I cancelled my reload. Gotta bounce around like a kangaroo whilst you're on the reload, otherwise they'll run up and get ya. Alright, looks like we've got adequate damage to bounce splash off them, which is good. Managed to kill 2 there. We got our limb it fixed itself. We got Wolverine regenerating powers there. Don't think we can kill the chards with splash damage, which, fuck off, you hit me. You know, there's a lot of dodgy ghouls in this game that you'll jump over them, you'll be in the air, and they'll still get you anyway, and I think that's just due to netcode issues. I seem to only be able to get 2 at once at any given moment, so, you know, that kind of sucks, but we'll keep on going. And whilst we're at this state of health, I might just whack on Nerd Rage just to see if we can get the edge we need to actually take out these guys. But at this point, I'm basically using a bloodied explosive black powder. That seems to do the trick, though. Looks like we can, so, you know, We could possibly do this without all the addictions tearing down our special stats, but not entirely. Oh, nope, nope, nope. So it's still slow. Really on the edge of the splash damage range there. It's not quite good enough to reach both of those. That one's just walking. He can die. Ow. Being crippled is not fun. Alright, so despite being able to kill ghouls with splash damage, I'm not really rounding them up effectively enough to make use of that, so, you know, it's still a little bit, it's not really easy to tell whether this thing is actually all that good for crowd control. I'm gonna say no. I mean, it is consistent for the ghouls to scatter around like that. Did I not kill that one? Must have shot him for a little bit. But yeah, you can't really rely on the splash damage, and there's the limb repairing itself again and forcing me out of reload, which is particularly annoying on a weapon like this. It's very slow going. I have to take a slow, methodical approach to this. So there's really not too much utility in these black powder weapons, and I do call them novelty weapons for a reason. That was close to me, actually. And they've got no utility value like shotguns where you can just destroy their limbs, but, you know, getting the odd double kill from explosive damage seems to work pretty fine, and having a peek at that damage now. 1540, so even higher than I expected. And that's going to make our condition go down a little bit, so we'll just chuck the gunsmith perk back on, and we'll go and kill some more things. Okay, I'm thinking that Mirelurk Kings, especially if they're on segways like that, will be a challenge. Now, not using concentrated fire allows me to get a much better shot at my enemies than usual. I think I hit him on the shell there. I was on target, that was on the way to his head, but he was just turned in a different direction. I still can't believe that we're making the best use out of this thing using stealth. I don't know. Sneak is very wishy-washy. Winter seems to be the best at sneaking. I guess that's because she doesn't have to run up close to her enemies before she takes them out. If I was using a melee weapon, I'd be very easy to spot. Weren't actually able to one-shot the glowing Mirelurk King, which is not great. And the second shot didn't kill him either, the tanky bastard. So probably want to be a little bit more on target. And there's the soot in my face again, which is just... it's great. It's exactly what you need. Aim a little bit lower this time. Seems to do the job. Wait for the reload. Toss the grenade. And then the thing spits a whole lot of stuff at me. Do we have a critical? Yes, we do. Can't zero it on the head. Just activate the critical. Okay. Kill you in one more shot. Still sneaking somehow. And now you die. Oh wait, that one wasn't a sneak critical. Not really sure why. Might be some other crab around here who is aggroed. It's that one, little bastard. I'm gonna blame you, even though it probably had nothing to do with it, but... yep, probably not the quickest run I've ever had on the crabs, but they're all dead, and I didn't really take too much damage, so what can I say that is bad, other than it's slow? Okay, we've got Nerd Rage equipped now, and we're doing almost 1200 damage. So, we'll shoot him in the head, see how we do. Yay, there's a nice one shot there. Again, basically using a bloodied explosive black powder pistol. This is exactly how I would use it, but... yeah, well... if I want to get damage out of this thing as much as possible, then that's kind of what I have to do, eh? Okay, ignore the explosions happening behind us, they don't actually exist, and we'll see what we've pulled today from the train yard. And we've pulled a bunch of Scorched. Okay. So the hipfire accuracy on this is probably being bolstered by Ground Pounder, and by the way, I'm gonna show you. So with Ground Pounder, notice how it's a lot less accurate with hipfire. And when I do that, oh, there's another sloth around. Just pay close attention to the reload. It's pretty slow. We can actually boost that a little bit with Ground Pounder, despite it being said it's only for automatic rifles. I feel like it's only slightly quicker, but the hipfire accuracy increase tells me that, yep, you are getting a reload boost, which is super important for a weapon with the reload speed as low as this. I don't think I can actually see the front sight when it comes to actually using this thing. I actually can't, but the sights are so narrow together that you get a decent view of what you're going to be shooting at anyway. That, unless when you actually fire and it just kicks up fucking soot in your face, that's not good. What am I doing? Driving in Navara? Just spitting out soot everywhere? Is that what this is? Unfortunately didn't get that one with splash damage. Force us to reload and reposition. Oh, because you walked off all the way over there. That's probably why. I'm not really sure how they could possibly improve these weapons. I mean, giving you extra damage will only go so far, you see, because that was just a fucking terrible miss. Because you still be stuck behind this reload animation every time you shoot the thing anyway, so maybe if you had an explosive one, they could give you like an explosive before explosives was nerfed to give you like 100% of the splash damage. That would be sick. That would make them actually usable and wouldn't be too overpowered for PvP because they've got that dumb hit or the dumb max damage thing anyway. So what's the worst that could possibly happen? Not really all that much. You might even see people bringing out black powdered fucking bloodied explosive dragons to a queen fight. That might be a little bit more interesting than seeing the same explosions over and over. Hundreds of explosions from some guy shooting a Gatling plasma, lagging everyone else out, preventing them from actually hitting and doing damage to the queen. I feel like that would be a little bit interesting, but I don't know, I'm not in charge of modifying the game and changing it like the people are at Bethesda, but that's something I do because honestly there's not a lot of reason to use these at all other than, hey, look at me, I'm using an obscure weapon that is ineffective versus your basic handmade. So, you know, giving it an extra boost would help it, you know, see a little bit more of it, provided you play in public servers. I don't anymore. Okay, so instead of messing around with adrenaline, I kind of want my first strike to be good and with a critical, either sneak or that's critical. I actually don't think I have one, but without concentrated fire and me trying to whack the thing in the head. Okay, we're immediately in danger, which is inconsistent from the rest of the gameplay you've seen so far. Ah, yes, ye old Scorch Beast attempts of immortality from explosives. Just keep hopping around like a kangaroo, make sure we aren't getting whacked by those knobs with the fucking... Maybe if I was using concentrated fire and hitting him in the head, I'd be doing a little bit better. Now, if you could just drop on the ground, that would be good. Yep. Let's just ignore all of these gun zombies in my face. Is that a different one? That is a different one. Okay, well, since you're stuck there... Bad. Okay. It sucks that I can't start sprinting when I reload because that'll just cancel it and then I won't ever reload or won't ever fire this thing again. So basically we're playing outpath the gun zombies and shoot the bats. Okay, that was never going to work anyway, but it's okay. We can tank those random rifles. It's just the melee things that I'm worried about. And whilst I've got you with a 95% chance, we might as well take it. Like, even the shotguns I'm not too worried about. If someone shows up with a grenade launcher, I'll have to turn my attention to them, but yeah, these gun zombies, they don't really pose that much of a threat, and provided they are less perceptive than your average super mutant, we can possibly get away. Okay, we've broken that one. Now, I can repair this on the run, can't I? Not really. I just used my pay-to-win kit as well. Back off. Go away. Thank you. Okay, that worked for only a second. At least we're making some crowd control things happen with this thing. Not being able to sprint whilst reloading is making this very difficult. In fact, I'm just going to walk away because, honestly, yeah, in fact, I'd be better off doing this. Yeah, send you to space. That's my nuclear winter trick. See, and this is going to be at the end of the video, so none of the people who actually play nuclear winter will watch this, but that's how I kill those super high skilled players. What I do is, you know, since they're all running dodgy because they don't like being hit, and oh my god, what is wrong with my laser gun? Okay, look how much faster this is compared to everything else. I'm just going to use this because there's way too many. I'd be sitting here talking to you for half an hour. But if you throw a grenade and you start firing at it in VATS, it'll explode in the air. Basically, they'll have no time to react to it. And they can't sprint away either, because if you land a few shots on them first, they've got dodgy, so they'll have no AP. It's one way to nail them. Now, I killed Toys the other day. Everybody on PC knows Toys, and he fucking cracked the shits at me. Unfortunately, I didn't screenshot any of it, so you're gonna have to take my word from it, but just, if you know him, just ask him if he knows Captainoob, and he will probably say he doesn't, but he does. So, yeah, I killed him that way. I've killed a couple of other people that way. Not Noob Master, though. But I reckon I could take him. There's a couple other people on Noob Master's server that I've killed that way. They probably feel that it's cheap, but, you know, if you can't outshoot them, just get a grenade and shoot the grenade in VATS. Just use VATS against them. And people say that VATS is useless in Nuclear Winter. Thank you for watching, guys. Oh yeah, the weapon is shit. I wouldn't recommend it. But if you want to buy it, let me know.